Hey, I'm Al McGhee with YETicket.com. I'm here with Stephen Lebowitz, and he is the MovieNight.net, the film critic there at MovieNight.net.
Yes.
Well, we're going to talk about this film that we saw. It's called Transformers: Rise of the Beast. And, well, I just like to say this. The Peter Gullen, for 40 years, he's done that Optimus Prime voice, and he still sounds great.
Oh yeah, agree. I mean, here we are. It's Rise of the Beast, but if you want to do it's Transformers Part 7.
Oh, that's how you see it?
No,
I mean, that is the
I don't
seventh
see it that way,
film.
but it is the seventh movie in the series, the franchise.
Yeah, it is. It is. So, well, I'll talk about part of the movie. The movie is about, well, the primes, the Transformers. They had to come to Earth because there's a planet-eating type of creature that goes around eating planets, and they got to the Transformers planet, but there's a device that planet eater wanted, so he can go anywhere he wants to go. Is that about it, Stephen?
That's about it. Yeah, the movie. I'll say this: the screenplay had three writers here who've never written a Transformers movie before, and that's good because the movie starts off and it introduces the plot, and then it introduces human characters, and actually, before we get to the action, develops the human characters instead of just showing like Shia LaBeouf trying to get into Megan Fox's pants as character development. So this time they actually decided, hey, let's introduce characters and fill them out before we get back to the robots. And I had to give them a lot of credit for actually writing a screenplay that has more developed human characters than we have had in any of the six previous films.
That's one thing I liked about it too, man. We had starring in Anthony Ramos and Dominique Fishback, and man, they did a great job in this film. I really enjoyed these two actors. I've been watching them for years, but in this one, because I was saying to myself, how is Anthony Ramos going to make it in this film? And he did. And like you said, the script writers, they did very, very well. And also, I like
Right.
the director too, Stephen Caple Jr. He did a great job directing this.
Yes, he did. He didn't Michael Bay this movie up, which is a great thing. I can follow the action. Now, Steven, he previously directed Creed 2. So again, we get this guy who they bring in a director who's not a big, action packed, blow him up kind of director. The guy who actually is a little more grounded, and he actually brought something new to the Transformers franchise, and I thought it benefited greatly from it. Listen, I went into this movie kind of an eye roll. Okay, here we are, Transformers Part 7. I went in with a negative attitude, Al, but I came out saying I enjoyed this movie. I thought it was
Right.
a great summer rock, and I think the fact that you have people who made it, and it's a kind of a prequel. It's not. It takes place in the '90s. I mean, you do see some shots of some great.
1994.
Yes,
Hey.
yes, and they use the soundtrack at that time to a great extent, especially when you see Bumblebee. And I thought, you know, setting it before the other movies was a great idea. I just thought this way was really well constructed, and it has some good action sequences that you could follow. Because when Michael Bay was doing these movies, you didn't know what the heck you're watching sometimes.
Yeah,
Like
I will say that. I agree with you on that.
so, this guy had Stephen Caple Jr. had a nice, solid vision and kept this thing on a solid line that everyone could follow and get into. And it was like I said, it surprised me, and I think a lot of people probably are going in like with an eye roll towards Transformers 7. But Rise of the Beast was like a rise of a better film in the franchise.
Yeah. Also, getting back to the music, one thing I like about this music, again, the setting is New York City. This is year 1994, but you got music from the Wu-Tang Clan, Nas, Biggie, LL Cool J, just to name a few. And they also happen to mention Marky Mark. I couldn't believe it. That was funny to me, man. I
That's a great
really
eye
enjoyed
wink.
that
That's
part.
a great eye wink. They mentioned about him maybe going into acting, and as we all know, he came into the franchise after a while. That
Yeah,
was a real funny
exactly.
little side joke. But you know what? I'm going to keep giving props to the director because at sometimes in the movie there was no music. It was just like when they're trying to raise some tension in the moment, and a great way to raise tension in the
Yeah,
film,
exactly.
just have silence. And so sometimes instead of like overdoing the music again, like a Michael Bay trait, you just had this, no music at all, just something to create tension in the scene. Like I said, so besides the action, you have moments of like great tension. What's going to happen here? Ooh, and
Uh-huh.
I am amazed that I like this movie so much.
Yeah, I liked it too. But yeah, I did like this film. Also, I like Miss Fishback in here. I really enjoyed her character where she played this person working at a museum, and she discovered some things about it, and it helped the movie to go on and on. Like you said, they did some great character development. And I would say that this is very entertaining, and like I said, it's full of the '90s and the action. Well, I thought that was the weakest part was the action because they could have done some new stuff, and I did not believe all of it, all of the action that went on in this film. I wanted a little bit more, but it was enough to be satisfied for this particular film.
Okay, well, I thought they did something different because instead of just the Autobots, we have a new breed of sort of robots called the Maximals, and they're sort of like these, giant, basically robots that come like a giant gorilla, a giant eagle, giant rhino, giant, and like a panther, or tiger was it, and so you had different kind of Transformers too, more toys to sell, but
Yeah.
like I said, I thought, and like I said, you talked about the actors. You had a script that had great character development. You need good actors to bring that out, and they, between Anthony and Dominique, they got those actors.
Got them out there. Well, this is the part of the film. Well, let's rate it. I'm going to give this 3 palm trees out of 4 palm trees because I enjoyed this film. I really did.
I'm right there with you. 3 swords out of 4 swords.
All right. And also, everyone stay and watch the credits because they got a little movie part in it, and you're going to get excited just like we got excited.
They something interesting might be coming down the pike.
I hope it's not too long, but we got these strikes going on.
Oh, that's another issue.
Yeah, that's another issue. But this movie is out, Transformers, and now you notice many movies now are definitely advertising only in theaters, and and this is only in theaters because they want to make sure people don't have to worry about it's going to be streaming 2 weeks after it opens up and things like that. They want them to go spend their money.
Yep.
So this is a very good film to watch. Transformer: Rise of the Beast. Well, thank you, Stephen, for again another enjoyable review from you, Steve Lebowitz, themovienight.net.
Check me out.
For sure. And I'm Al McGhee at yeticket.com. Thanks for watching our review.
This is your entertainment ticket. Latest and greatest movie reviews and